Obviously, there is a lot of electric wide receivers in the NFL. Some are definitely better than others. So today, we're going to be scoring 1 touchdown with every team's best wide receiver, and we're starting with the Baltimore Ravens. But obviously, the highest rated wide receiver on the Baltimore Ravens is the guy coming off of a very solid rookie season. We're going to be using Zay Flowers, who is an 85 overall, which, I mean, is one of the highest rated rookies out of last season. Hold on, we got to keep this on the ground. But anyways, I mean, he is rated higher than the guy that won Rookie of the Year, because CJ Stroud is only an 81 overall, so he's got him by like 4, and I'm pretty sure Jordan Love is also only an 81 overall. So Zay is one of the highest rated players that came into the league last season, and I feel like that is well deserved because he definitely played very well. It looks like the Ravens finally have themselves a wide receiver 1, which is something they have definitely been looking for a very long time, and that right there is gonna be your touchdown from Zay Flowers. But anyways, that's gonna bring us down to New Orleans, and their highest rated wide receiver is Chris Olave, who is an 86 overall, and he's actually the highest rated player on the team. And I mean, obviously this guy is very fun to use, bro. It seems like he's always open. I'm gonna try and go back for him again here. This play's gonna work again, so that's another first down after the crazy catch. I mean, that pass was honestly pretty off target, so he had to earn that one right there. I'm gonna try and switch it up a bit though. We might go for Shaheed if he can get to this. That is gonna set us up perfectly. So if we can get this last play to work out the way I hope it works out, this should go for a touchdown. I'm just gonna run this bench route here, and it looks like that is gonna go for the score. So that's gonna be your touchdown from Olave. But that's gonna bring us to the Seattle Seahawks, and their highest rated wide receiver is Lockett, who is an 88 overall. If you ask me, I feel like it should definitely be DK Metcalf. I mean, Lockett's solid, bro, don't get me wrong, but I honestly feel like Metcalf is the better receiver. But I'm gonna try and run this play right here. It did work out with Olave, and it looks like it's gonna work out with Lockett as well. But anyways, just like the Saints, Lockett is the highest rated player on this team at an 88 overall. I mean, it is a two-way tie with him and Walker, but it looks like we are gonna find him in the end zone for the touchdown. But anyways, that's gonna bring us to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and their highest rated wide receiver is George Pickens, who's an 83 overall. And just like the last two teams, he is the highest rated player on the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is another two-way tie between him and Najee Harris. Or I mean, when I say he's the highest rated player on this team, obviously I'm talking about offense, because the highest rated player on the Pittsburgh Steelers is TJ Watt. Their defense is obviously a whole lot better than their offense. But anyways, I feel like we should probably just keep this on the ground. Russ is gonna get a whole lot of yardage. I mean, I feel like it's gonna be interesting to see what he can do this season, man, because if Russell Wilson plays well, I feel like that could save his career. But if he has a bad season, that honestly might be the end for this guy. But anyways, obviously we're gonna get Pickens in the end zone for the touchdown. But that's gonna bring us to the Houston Texans, and their highest rated wide receiver is Stephon Diggs at a 92 overall. I'm starting to realize a trend that the best wide receiver seems to always be the best player on the offense, at least for the last few teams. But anyways, Diggs is gone, so that's gonna be a one-play touchdown from him and the Houston Texans. But that's gonna bring us to the Tennessee Titans, and it looks like they are gonna keep the trend alive, man, because their highest rated wide receiver is DeAndre Hopkins, who is an 89 overall. And just like the last few teams that we've used, that does make him the highest rated player on this offense. I mean, thinking back so far, I'm pretty sure the only team that we've used where the wide receiver was not the highest rated player on the offense was the Baltimore Ravens. I honestly thought Hopkins was going to get away for a second, man. That would have been a sick touchdown if he avoided that tackle and went all the way. But I'm going to try and hit him with this route, which has seemed to be working pretty well lately. Still not enough for a touchdown though. But I mean, if he can get open off of this play again like he did last time, I feel like we should be able to get him in here. And it looks like that is going to be a dot from Levis, and Hopkins is going to hold on to it for the touchdown. But that's going to bring us down to Minnesota, and as you'd probably expect, the trend is still alive, man, because Justin Jefferson is the highest rated wide receiver on this team at a 98 overall, which obviously does make him the highest rated player on this offense. I mean, he's actually the highest rated player on the whole team right now. Hold on, that might be dangerous. I'm gonna try this anyways. We're gonna pull it in. That was a dot from McCarthy. I'm really hoping McCarthy plays this season because I want to see what he can do, but he did just suffer a very serious injury. So, I mean, it might be a tough year for Vikings fans if this guy does not play, but we're gonna find Justin Jefferson open in the end zone for the touchdown.
A few moments later.
But that's going to bring us down to Soldier Field in Chicago, and the trend is still alive, man, because their highest rated wide receiver is Keenan Allen, who's a 90 overall and the best player on this offense. I mean, at this point, I'm honestly kind of curious to see what team is going to break the trend, because it seems like every single team that we've used so far, other than the Baltimore Ravens, has had their wide receiver be the best player on the offense. But anyways, I'm going to try and get Allen open off of this route here, and if this works out the way I want it to, I feel like that should be enough to put him in the end zone, and it looks like he is gonna stay up for the touchdown, which was really close because that was off of a 4th down conversion. But anyways, that's gonna bring us to the Cincinnati Bengals, and you already know we had to rock the new all orange pants, bro. I mean, these are some of the toughest uniform combos in the league. I mean, now that the Bengals have added these pants, there's gonna be some crazy combos you see this season. I mean, when they rock all orange, I feel like that is gonna be really sick to see. What a grab from Jamar, bro. That was a crazy grab from Chase, man, who obviously is the highest rated wide receiver on this team at a 93 overall. So that does keep the trend going. Him and Burrow are both a 93. But anyways, obviously, he's gonna get in for the touchdown. That's gonna bring us to the Buffalo Bills, and their highest rated wide receiver is Curtis Samuel, who's only an 80 overall. I mean, that wide receiver room is very, very different without Stephon Diggs. So it should be a very interesting season to see what the Buffalo Bills can do this year. But obviously, Josh Allen is the highest rated player on this offense, so the Buffalo Bills are going to be the team to break the trend. I mean, I'm not too sure how many teams that was, but it seems like we had a pretty good run of having the wide receiver be the best player on the offense. But I'm going to try and go for a shot here. I was going to see if we could get Samuel open, but that was not working out, so we'll just go for Dawson Knox. I mean, either way, we're set up perfectly right now, so if we can get him open off of a slant route, I feel like that should go for a touchdown, and it looks like that is gonna work out for the score from Samuel. That's gonna bring us to the Denver Broncos, and the highest rated wide receiver on this team is Courtland Sutton, who is an 84 overall, and once again, he is the best player on this offense. That's gonna be a pretty solid pickup right there, and as you will probably come to notice, this guy does have some hands on him, so I'm gonna see if he can catch a deep ball here, and if this works out the way I want it to, that should go for a lot of yardage, and he's gonna get there with a crazy grab. I mean, obviously that pass was not on target whatsoever, but he made up for it. I'm gonna try and go for another long ball with this guy though, and if this, oh, come on, bro. That is the last thing that I want to happen, man. So that's gonna make it 3rd and 16, which means we kind of need to get the first down here. That might be a touchdown though. Come on, Sutton, what a grab. We were so close to getting in off of the 3rd down conversion. So now we only need to get 1 yard. I feel like this definitely shouldn't be too difficult, and it looks like he is going to be open for the touchdown. But anyways, that's going to bring us to the Cleveland Browns, and their highest rated wide receiver is Amari Cooper, who's a 90 overall, and this guy is very skilled. So I'm going to see how quick we can score a touchdown with him. Tennessee did force a 4th down after that though, so I mean, that means we kind of need this play to work out, or we are going to have to start over. But thankfully, Amari Cooper is going to be wide open, which obviously does keep the drive alive for us. I'm just going to run a slant route here, and I feel like this should be enough to get him in as long as we go. Come on. Come on. We're going to find him in the corner. I thought we were going to get sacked for a minute, but I mean, thankfully, that's going to work out for the touchdown. But that's going to bring us to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and their highest rated wide receiver is Mike Evans at a 91 overall, and this guy is obviously a top 5 wide receiver in the league, or I wouldn't say top 5. I'd say easily top 10 though. I'd probably put him at the 6th spot if I'm being honest with you, but obviously that was a huge play right there. So if this works out the way I want it to, that almost ended it off. Clearly 1 yard short again, bro, but we got his X factor activated. So, I mean, as long as he gets some separation here, this should be an easy touchdown, and Baker's going to throw a dot. But that's going to bring us to the Arizona Cardinals, and the highest rated wide receiver on this team is Marvin Harrison Jr., who is one of the most hyped players coming into this season. He's only a 79 overall, but I feel like that is going to change pretty quickly. As I said in the last video, give him and Kyler Murray a couple of seasons, and I feel like they're going to be a dynamic duo for a long time. That is going to be a huge pickup on the ground from Murray, though. I mean, now we're set up perfectly to hopefully finish things off right here with Harrison Jr. If he can get open off of this route, that should be an easy touchdown, and it looks like he is going to get in for the score. But that's going to bring us to the Los Angeles Chargers, and their highest rated wide receiver is Joshua Palmer, who is only a 79 overall. So, I mean, Herbert's definitely not got the best wide receiver room. I mean, that was a huge downgrade in the offseason. I mean, he kind of lost everybody that he had in his wide receiver room, so he kind of got screwed over, but hopefully, or I shouldn't say hopefully, because I'm not really a Chargers fan, so I honestly don't care what happens to this team. But I mean, if you're a Chargers fan, bro, you kind of got to pray that Johnston or Palmer break out this season, because if that doesn't happen, it might be a very long year for the LA Chargers. That's going to be a dot from Herbert, though, which does kind of set us up. So if we can get Palmer open off of this route, honestly, this play might not go for a touchdown, but if he can get open, that should be a lot of yardage. Actually, it looks like we are going to have a path, so that is going to work out for a touchdown from Palmer. But that's going to bring us to the Kansas City Chiefs, who honestly might be the most terrifying team in the league once again. But their best wide receiver is Rashee Rice and Marquise Brown. They're both tied at an 81 overall, so I guess it really doesn't matter which one I score with on this drive. I mean, it looks like Rashee has already got the ball into scoring position, so I'm going to switch it up and try and go for Hollywood Brown. And if he can get some separation, this guy will be gone, because as you can see, he's got some legs on him. That was so close, but we are just short of the touchdown. I'm just going to try and finish it off right here with Brown. And if he can get some separation... Oh, he dropped the ball. Come on, bro. I'm expecting you to hold on to those. You cannot drop those when you're playing for a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. Don't screw over Pat. That time we're going to hold on to it. So that is going to go for a touchdown. But anyways, that's going to bring us to the Indianapolis Colts, and their highest rated wide receiver is Michael Pittman Jr., who's an 87 overall. I'm going to see if we can get him open off of this route. Oh, that might be a shot. Come on, please get there. That's going to be a huge play. And it looks like we're not going to be getting caught, so I'm pretty sure that's one of the first one-play touchdowns that we've scored. Actually, I take that back. I'm pretty sure Stephon Diggs also scored a one-play touchdown, but that might be the second right there. But that's going to bring us to the Washington Commanders, and they have Scary Terry, who is their best wide receiver at an 89 overall. I'm going to see... That should work out for a huge pickup. Okay, and if we can get the juke to work, we almost got around him. I mean, if he got away there, that probably would have been another one-play touchdown, but after that, the Panthers did force a fourth down. So, I mean, we kind of need to get all 10 yards in one go here, and it looks like we're going to have McLaurin open, and he's going to score off of the fourth down conversion. But that brings us to the Dallas Cowboys, and their highest rated wide receiver is CeeDee Lamb, who's a 96 overall, and this guy is easily a top 5 wide receiver in the league, and there is a reason for that. I mean, I feel like CeeDee Lamb honestly might be one of the most fun players to use in this game. I'm gonna try and go for him again off of this route, and it looks like he should have some separation, so that's another first down. We've ran into a little bit of an issue, though, because after that, the Chicago Bears did end up forcing a fourth down, so I'm just going to go back to this play that worked last time, and hopefully it will be the same story here. I need you to get that. That's a first. So that is going to keep the drive alive, thankfully. I'm just going to try and end things off right here. I feel like this route should work out with a player like CeeDee Lamb, and it looks like he is going to hold on to that for the touchdown. But that's going to bring us to the Miami Dolphins, and obviously the highest rated wide receiver on this team is the highest rated wide receiver in the whole game. We got Tyreek Hill, who's a 99 overall, and I mean, I think it goes without saying that this guy has some crazy legs on him. So once he gets some separation, there is no catching up to this guy, and he has some separation right now. So that is going to put us in scoring position, and we're still going after the juke. He is by by far the most fun player to use in this game, bro. I don't care what you have to say about Tyreek, but this guy is one of the most overpowered players to ever touch Madden. But that's going to bring us to the Philadelphia Eagles, and their best wide receiver is also a top 5 wide receiver in the league. We're rocking with AJ Brown, who's a 95 overall, and that is going to be a dot to start things off. And I mean, just like our boy Tyreek, this guy is very good with the long ball. So I'm going to go for a shot with him here and see if he can get open. I mean, hold on. That is looking kind of dangerous, but he's going to hold on to it for the touchdown. That's going to bring us to the Atlanta Falcons, and their best wide receiver is Drake London, who's an 82 overall. So, I mean, these guys don't have the best wide receiver room in the league, but it definitely isn't terrible. And I mean, I feel like he definitely has potential for a breakout season this year, especially with Kirk Cousins at quarterback. So this could be a name that you got to watch out for. That is a crazy play. But anyways, one more solid play and we should be in for the touchdown. I'm just going to run this route right here, which has been working for the most part today, and it looks like he is going to hold on to it for the score. But that's going to bring us to the San Francisco 49ers, and for the moment, the best wide receiver on this team is Brandon Ayuk, who is a 91 overall, but it's starting to look like he is not going to be on this team for much longer. And I mean, who knows? By the time this video comes out, he could have even been traded by then. But I'm going to try and go for him off of this route. Actually, it's looking like Debo is probably going to be the better option here. So that's a first down. I feel like we should be able to end things off with the slant route here, though. So as long as he can get some separation, I'm hoping we can get him in the end zone off of this play. And that is going to be a dot from Brock Purdy. That's going to bring us to the New York Giants. And the highest rated wide receiver on this team is Slayton, who's a 79 overall. Malik Neighbors is right behind him at a 78, though. So, I mean, I feel like it's not going to be long before Neighbors is the #1 guy. I'm gonna see if we can get Slayton open off of a shot here, though. I mean, if he can get some separation, this could go for a touchdown. If he's locked up, though, we might be able to just go for Neighbors, but it looks like that is gonna work out for a touchdown from Slayton. But that's gonna bring us to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and their best wide receiver is Christian Kirk, who's an 84 overall. I don't know if I'd say this wide receiver room got better in the offseason, but I mean, adding Gabe Davis definitely wasn't a bad move. I mean, as I said in the last video, I feel like the Jags are kind of just a mediocre team once again. So, I mean, I could see them making the playoffs, but I could also see them missing the playoffs. Either one would not surprise me at all. That's going to bring us to the New York Packers, also known as the New York Jets. We're using Mike Williams, who's an 86 overall, and he is the highest rated wide receiver on this team. He just got sacked for like a huge loss after that, though. So, I mean, now we need 26 yards to get the first down here. I'm gonna go for Garrett Wilson, who I'd say is the better wide receiver on this team. Even though he is rated lower, he's only one below Williams at an 85 overall. So I'd say give it a couple of weeks as long as Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, and Garrett Wilson should be the #1 guy on this team. But that's gonna bring us to the Detroit Lions, and their best wide receiver is Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's a 96 overall, and this guy's got some serious legs on him. So if he can get open, there is no catching up to him. So it looks like Detroit is going to get in with a one-play touchdown. But that's going to bring us to the Green Bay Packers, and their best wide receiver is Romeo Doubs, who I honestly forget what he was. I think he was like an 83 overall or something like that, though. I'm going to have to double check that, but it looks like he is gone, and he almost got in for the touchdown. Apparently, I was way off with that, though. I thought he was a lot higher than he actually is, but he's only a 79 overall. But by the end of the season, I feel like he should be rated a lot higher than that, but we're gonna get him in for the touchdown. That's gonna bring us to the Carolina Panthers, and their highest rated wide receiver is Deontay Johnson, who's an 83 overall. Hold on, that might be a huge play right there. Give me that. That's what we needed. I'm gonna try and go for a shot here, though. I mean, if this guy can get some separation, I feel like we should be able to get him in for the touchdown. That's gonna be close, but he's gonna pull it in. But that's gonna bring us to the New England Patriots, and their best wide receiver is Kendrick Bourne, who's only an 80 overall. I mean, it's pretty obvious that this team does not have a lot of weapons. That's gonna be a first down, though. But yeah, I mean, it's been a long time coming. You guys have had a very good good run for Pats fans. But I mean, it might be a while until your team is finally good again, because they are definitely in a rebuilding phase. But we're going to find Bourne in the end zone. But that's going to bring us to the Las Vegas Raiders, and their best wide receiver is Devontae Adams, who is a 94 overall, and he is also easily a top 5 wide receiver in the league. That's gonna work out for a first. But anyways, I mean, this guy's got some crazy hands on him, so I honestly might just throw up a prayer and see if he can bring it in, even if it's in coverage. I feel like this guy is definitely capable of doing something crazy, and it looks like that is gonna go for a touchdown. But that is gonna bring us to the last team on this list, and their best wide receiver is Cooper Kupp. I'm gonna see if he can get open right here. That's gonna be a first down and a whole lot more. But anyways, this guy is an 88 overall. By the end of the season, though, I'm not gonna lie, I honestly have a feeling that Puka is probably gonna take the crown for the best receiver on this team. I mean, Puka's an 84, so he's definitely not far behind Cooper Kupp. I'm gonna try and end things off right here, though, and it looks like we are gonna find Cooper Kupp for the touchdown, which is gonna end this video. But anyways, I mean, this video took a very long time to make, so if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you have any video ideas, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can, but other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.